What's up, guys? Quick video for you today. Just wanted to talk about my biggest disappointment with the Justice League film. Now, if you've seen my videos, you know I actually like the movie, and hopefully that fan isn't annoying you with the mic. But I want to talk about my biggest disappointment, and that is spoilers. So click away from this video if you haven't seen the movie. I assume most of you have seen it by now. Darkseid is not in the movie. Now, I was expecting, honestly, for him to only be in like the last maybe minute of the movie, or the last 5-10 minutes of the fight, where he just comes down to Earth, gives a menacing warning, and then leaves, and he's going to be in Justice League Part 2, whatever. I understand that he was not the main villain of this film, which is something I'll get into in my opinions on that, but I think that one of the biggest problems with the DCEU in general, coming from the #1 DCEU shill and fanboy that enjoys all of these movies, I will say that one of the biggest problems is they think too far ahead, and they don't have the sort of establishment that the Marvel movies have. So what I mean by that is that, you know, Infinity War is something that Marvel's been leading up to for a decade with their films, right? And meanwhile, we have DC teasing and laying the groundwork for all these awesome things that we want to see, but we never actually see them. So what is an example of this? I mean, in Batman v Superman, we see the Robin thing. Are we going to get a flashback to how the Joker killed Robin and wrote, ha ha ha, jokes on you, Batman, on Robin's, Robin suit? I was going to call it a bat suit. That's, you get the hell, you know what I mean. We're not going to see that. No, it's not in Suicide Squad. Sorry, you're just not going to see it. You're going to see it in the Batman solo movie that now is not going to happen because Ben Affleck is quitting. In Justice League, they foreshadow a romantic relationship between Wonder Woman and Batman. So again, ideally what would happen is in Justice League 2, we would see this develop more, and then in the Batman solo film, Wonder Woman would come in and they'd have a romantic relationship. Is this going to happen? No, because Ben Affleck is quitting the DCU or something. Maybe he may or may not be. But either way, nothing's going to come of what they teased of the romantic relationship in Justice League. I'm just going to guess. Steppenwolf. The idea of Steppenwolf being the main villain, who is the uncle of Darkseid, okay, why would he be the main villain of a movie like Justice League, a $300 million budget movie, which is amazing in and of itself that Steppenwolf would be the main villain of that, and it shows how far comic book movies have come. But the assumption there is that he is ultimately going to be the villain of the first movie, and then Darkseid is going to come and be the big bad of the second Justice League movie. Of course, that never happened either. So what I'm saying is the DCU is laying the groundwork for all of these things and almost getting ahead of itself in a way. Rather than proving itself one by one, it's setting the framework for things and thinking so far out like Marvel has, to the point that it hasn't necessarily worked because we may not ever get to those later stages. So what I mean by that is that when we're thinking about this Batman solo movie, I want to think about making the best Batman solo movie that we can make. And not this notion of, well, let's save all the good stuff for later. Let's save the Legion of Doom stuff for later. Let's save, you know, telling Batman's origin story with Robin and how that happened. And let's save the romance. Like, don't have that mindset of trying to build 10 years down the line like Marvel has done. And I feel like DC is trying to emulate that. And that's kind of an issue, and that might be something that we're faulting. It's like, oh, in Suicide Squad 1, we don't want to have Joker as the main villain. We want to have Enchantress, who, like, nobody knows. But then we will save, you know, Deathstroke and the Joker to be the main villains of Suicide Squad 2. And then that'll be, like, even awesomer. But what I'm saying is we need to pull out the big guns now. We need to show the Robin flashback scenes that we all wanted to see in BVS and just all the cool stuff that we want to see from the DC Comics lore. Don't try to save it in the name of building things up for a later point, because that point isn't guaranteed. And I think that the DCU thus far has proven that with WB execs. Like, they're not sure if they're going to abandon the DCU. I hope that doesn't happen. But I think that, you know, pretty much in every movie there's things I could point out. Like in BVS, we should have seen flashback scenes from Batman's origin. That would have been so sick, of him fighting, you know, the Joker and Robin being taken out. Like, that would have been amazing. Even though it doesn't necessarily follow the plot of that movie, it's way more interesting than following this bullet that was in the desert for 30 goddamn minutes, okay? I love BVS, okay, don't get me wrong when I'm critiquing the movie, but that is one critique I have of the movie, is I think there's a lot of really cool things we could have seen there. Suicide Squad, making Enchantress the main villain, very weird. Again, I like Suicide Squad as a movie, but I have my critiques of it. That's what they are, mainly. And usually it's only one or two things, and in Justice League, Steppenwolf, and not Darkseid. If we should have just had Darkseid be the main villain of this movie. I mean, unequivocally. Granted, you would need to take more time to set him up because he is such an epic amazing villain that you can't just be like, oh, he's here now, and just pops down at the mascara and fucks shit up, you know. Of course, he's going to, you know, screw shit up. I was going to say the F word again, but my videos have been getting demonetized recently. Like, half of the videos I've made in the past month have been demonetized. So, whatever. Okay. So, that's what I'm trying to say. I think you guys are picking up what I'm putting down. Do you agree with me? I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. My name is Slick Moth. I'll see you guys in the next one. Again, not a bash the DCU. I really like these movies. I just want to see them be as successful as possible. I want to see like 20,000 more of these DC movies, and that's not going to happen at the current rate, even if I like them. Other people have to like them too, and I think that's one of the ways they could really elevate the DCU, is sort of think about how we can make the best movie right now and not so much far ahead. The far ahead stuff will fall into place. I mean, it just will. I'm not worried about that part, but I'm worried about how this next movie, this Aquaman movie, and the next solo Batman movie is going to work, not saving the Joker for the third movie in the Batman trilogy. Okay, hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. My name is Slick Moth. I'll see you guys in the next one.